Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Just a reminder of who our guest is tonight on the program. Wycliffe Oparanya, two-time governor, now a cabinet minister, cabinet secretary in the broad-based government. He is the cabinet secretary for cooperatives, micro, small and medium enterprises. Waziri, before the break, we were talking of what you would count as your success in the broad-based government.
And I had mentioned about the State Department of Cooperatives. And now I moved to the State Department of MSMEs Development. Within that particular State Department, the first assignment I undertook was to come up with the MSME Connect, where the government engages the private sector on a platform to discuss issues that affect that particular sector. And we have had several meetings in Nairobi here we selected key stakeholders in that particular sector that form the core that government engages, because these key sectors like the National Chamber of Commerce, the Safaricom, those people, Kenya Association of Manufacturers, this and many others who deal with this small businesses. So we have already established a formal way of engagement, and we have even gone out there. We launched it on 14th March this year, and already we have taken it outside Nairobi. We have been in Embu, and the other day, last 2 weeks ago, I was in Mombasa to engage the locals, tell us their problem and government, and see how we can address those particular issues.
Let me interject you at that point, because you have extensively talked of what you have done in the last 1 year. Yeah. I want us to talk of the Nyota program. This is a program that is in the lips of the president. We have seen you equally crisscrossing the country. Nyota, for purpose of our audience, stands for the National Youth Employment, the National Youth Opportunities Towards Advancement, a 5-year government and World Bank project. Yeah. What is the aim of
now? This is one of the major projects that the government is undertaking to engage the youth. Nyota is a multi-ministerial intervention to take the issues affecting the youth. We are one of the implementing ministries, together with the Ministry of Youth and Sports and the Ministry of Labor and Human Resource Development. We are in charge of Component 2 and Component 4. And within Component 4, our aim as a ministry is to develop youth to do business, to what we call entrepreneurship. We train youth as entrepreneurs, we advertise for youth to apply, and I can tell you that 1.4 million youth applied for this particular component, second component, business support, and out of that, 110 have been selected to undertake that particular program and be given 50,000 at the end of the training.
And is it to suppose that at the end of the training they will receive a startup capital to
yes,
start their own business?
That's the startup capital of 50,000. After undergoing training, we have already started a piloting in Cluster 1, piloting in Western Kenya, in 4 counties of Kakamega, Bungoma, Busia, and Vihiga. Already we have been there the whole of last week, and we have also established some of the challenges that are there before we now roll it countrywide, and we are hopeful that His Excellency the President will launch it in Western. But from there, after we have addressed all the issues that we have seen might affect the smooth running of that program, then we are moving to Northeastern. So we are doing it gradually because this is a grassroots project intervention that will need careful planning, and because it involves quite a number of people.
And this is a 5-year project?
It is a 5-year project. Already 2 years have gone, because it started 2023, 24, 24, 25. So we have only 3 years remaining.
All right, Waziri, we have talked of your ministry, your achievements. Let's talk of some politics.
Yeah.
You were till recently the deputy party leader of ODM,
Yes.
a position you co-held with Ali Hassan Joho before you both joined ODM. Just for purpose of curiosity, how involved are you with ODM matters?
At the moment, I'm in the executive. And when you are in the executive, there is very little involvement in party matters. However, occasionally we are invited by our party leader for some meetings and just for update or for advice on party matters. That one we have really engaged our party leader. But active politics, we are not involved as now we are in the executive.
But in a layman, in a normal setup, you are from a party that one would assume is the opposition to the party that won the 9th of August polls. Is there ever a divided loyalty in the cabinet as broad-based of who to brief between the president and Raila Odinga?
No, I think as being a member of the executive, you have only one boss.
Who is?
And that boss is President William Ruto. And then when we come to our party matters, then we have our party leader, Raila Odinga. So you must distinguish the two roles, government and party matters.
And there is no co-equalness in that?
There is no equalness. The William Ruto is the head of state and is taken as such.
As a minister of this government, there are debates of terms. Raging debate of terms. Some saying the president should go one term and giving their reasons as to why. You are a cabinet minister. Has your party leader ever discussed on how many terms President William Ruto should go?
We have not discussed about terms. And you are aware that our constitution gives the president a chance to run for a second term. And I think the president will do so, and I'm hopeful that he will be successful. But of course, there is opposition, and it's good to have opposition because opposition provides checks and balances. And
when you say you hope the president will do so in vying for a second term, is that to suppose your party will support him?
I can't say that that the party will support him or will not support him, because that is a decision that as a party we have not been involved. At the moment I can't say. I've seen that my party leader had a meeting and he said that ODM will have a candidate in 2027. So we have yet to know his basis of that pronouncement.
And at an individual level, as a cabinet minister in William Ruto's government, would you want him to serve a second term?
Obviously, he's a head of state. And me, at individual level, I have no problem with him. I will not mind if he serves second term.
Fair enough. Remember, you can be part of this discussion. Share with us your thoughts. Still on politics, Waziri, we saw clips of you animated, to use that as a word, in Kakamega recently.
Yeah.
I believe during the Nyota program evaluation project, in which you faulted the current duo running the former the county in which you are its former governor.
It was not during the Nyota, because Nyota programs were running differently. But I was not faulting him. But I've always said that I've served my term as a governor for 10 years, and constitutionally I had to leave, and now I'm somewhere. But I've also told them severally that they do not involve me in county matters because I've moved on. But wherever they see me with someone, the woman rep, because the woman rep is competing them. They see me with Malala is competing them. I'm a statesman, so I do not choose who comes around me. So if you feel you are agitated because I'm working with so-and-so, I'm sorry.
But they're accusing you of being involved in Kakamega politics. To what extent are you involved?
To what extent? What will I be involved? What is there in Kakamega for me to be involved? I have enough work as a cabinet secretary in charge of cooperatives and SME. I have nothing to do with Kakamega. But sometimes when they see me around, it's just like waves. They see waves. Yeah.
When you say waziri, for instance, akisema mambo ya Kakamega mniwache, yeye ndio anabeba file zangu anapeleka EACC, nini nilifanya hapa, maendeleo ile nilifanya hapa, yeye amefanya. You're asking the residents whether the current governor is performing. Yeah. What is your fallout with Fernandes Barasa?
There's no fallout. I've no business with him. We are not rivals. Yeah, but I think, I don't know how he's made.
Local observers of Kakamega politics say he's a man whom you brought to politics.
Yes, I did that.
What is your relationship like?
I don't need a relationship with the governor. So long as he's serving me, there's no other relationship I need. Yeah, because there's nothing I can go to him. He might come to me for advice, but there's nothing I can go to him. I can go for employment. I can go, so long as he's doing development for me, because that's my county, it remains my county. That's where I will retire when I'm dead. That's where I will be buried. So long as things are going on well, I have no problem.
You served Kakamega, Waziri, as a two-time governor.
Yeah.
You were ranked as, I believe, one of the best performing governors consecutively in polls.
Yeah.
You are now a minister.
Yes.
There are some members of parliament from the western region where you come from who publicly said that you should be the deputy to President William Ruto in 2027.
Yeah.
Do you have ambitions further than the one you hold currently?
I think I'm comfortable at the moment serving as a cabinet secretary. That might be their wish, and I can't stop their wish. But to me, I'm comfortable where I am as a cabinet secretary.
And is it your wish? Do you have any interest of serving as a deputy to a president?
So far, I'm satisfied with what I have. I ended up here where I am because I wasn't expecting to be where I am at the moment. You know, our coalition lost an election. So I must thank God that I found myself where I am. So far, I'm satisfied with what I have.
So when the members of parliament say Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya should be the deputy to William Ruto, you're not necessarily interested in that?
I should say the right word. I'm not excited about it. It is their wish, but I'm not excited about it.
And does it then, was it cross your mind?
And so far, 2027 to me is far. I think we should concentrate in giving services to Ananji.
And the fairness of 2027, let's talk of your former party leader, your current party leader, as far as your membership of ODM is concerned, Raila Odinga. Is it possible for him to be on the ballot in the 2027?
I wouldn't know that he mentioned today, and I just saw it, I had it like you, maybe I was coming here when I had it, because I've been up country on the Nyota project. I just came this morning, and I've not had time to talk to him, so I wouldn't know what he would decide. But of course, we'll go with what he would decide then.
And finally, perhaps because of the interest of time, let's talk of Hustler Fund.
Yeah.
You're on record in 2023 telling Kenyans then not to repay the loan that they took. When you were asked in the vetting committee, you said you did not have facts about Hustler Fund. You are now the minister asking Kenyans to repay their Hustler Fund debt. One would assume 19 million Kenyans took you seriously in 2023 and have refused to repay.
You see, Hafla Fund was a promise by His Excellency, the President, when he was campaigning. And usually when there is a promise, people take it that it's a promise, and when it comes, it's a reward. And that's how they took Youth Fund. That's how they took Women Fund, because these were political promises. So when Hafla Fund was launched, quite a number of people who took about 7 billion disappeared. But what is important that the Hustler Fund has been able to remove so many people from CRB, and some of them who have been paying, borrowing and paying, they are now able to borrow more. And that's why we came last year, in November, we came up with the bridging loan. They have now moved on from small limits, now up to 150. Those who have been borrowing and repaying, they can now borrow up to 150, and even the period has been increased to 30 days. Before it was 14 days. And the fact that it is 8%, single digit, over 1 year, you cannot get such a funding anywhere. Yeah.
And what of those who are failing to repay? Because maybe they followed your advice.
Yeah. You know, that time, you can appreciate where I was.
Politically?
Where I was politically. I was providing oversight, and I felt that 100 shillings, 200 shillings was nothing. You could not start business with that, but I have realized now that people are able to borrow 200 shillings, buy unga, and repay the following day, borrow again and buy unga. And some of the people, especially those who are in Mjengo, depend on this Hustler Fund.
And finally, your party ODM is marking 20 years since it was formed. You have served in the highest of positions, and as far as ODM is concerned, what next for that party from an observer point of view?
I feel that ODM is one of the parties that has been stable in this country, a party that has been able to be strong for 20 years. Most parties are there. After an election, they are not there. Or after election, they are very weak. You can remember the Jubilee, you know, it was there. And now Jubilee has very few members in Parliament. We don't know these other parties, but I think because of the leadership that we have had as a party, our party leader, Raila Amolo Odinga, has provided very strong leadership, and that's why the party has remained strong all along over the last 20 years.
And all along it has had a presidential candidate.
Yes.
Finally, as we conclude,
all along.
What are the chances of ODM not having a presidential candidate in 2027?
As I've said, that is a decision exclusively left to the party leader. If you read our constitution, sometimes such a decision is very difficult to consult widely. And that's why it is left to the party leader. And today, you heard him say that there will be a candidate for ODM that time. So let's wait and see what will happen.
And indeed, ODM leader Raila Odinga did address ODM parliamentary group today. He said, and I quote, "We have not passed any resolution as a party on how we will go into the 2027 election. Wherever you are, don't commit the party into something that we have not discussed." And similarly, that's equally your position.
Yes. But us being in government, we have no problem campaigning for the president.
To seek a second term?
Yeah, to seek a second term, because we are in government.
And the president at times brags of being one of the founding members of ODM. Is he welcome?
Yes, he will be welcome. You know, always every election, there is different combination since we had a new constitution. So we never know which combination we shall be in.
Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya is the Cabinet Secretary for Cooperatives, Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise Development. Thank you very much, Waziri.
Thank you
for making time for us tonight.
Thank you also for inviting me.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah.
You're watching TV 47, and that brings us to the end of the interview and the hour-long program, which had the news and this discussion. Thanks for watching. I'm Abu Bakr Abdullahi on behalf of the entire team that made this production possible. Bye for now. 90 Plus is up next. Enjoy the rest of our programs. Good night and God bless.